Extreme Monsters, Book 2, What's with Wulf? Chapter 1, The Big Blow-Up. Anybody got the ultimate spectacular stunt worked up for the charity event? Wulf asked. Far flying, the young werewolf zipped backwards on his inline skates, circling the interior of the garage where the Extreme Monsters Extreme Sports Team held their regular meetings. He stared at each face as he went by and was greeted with a blank stare in return. No, dudes, we only have 3 more days. Saving the Crony Island roller coaster is the most important thing we'll do this year. Mumford, a smallish boy wrapped mummy-like from head to toe in bandages, was pointing his brand-new video camera at Wulf, trying to record the young werewolf's dramatic leaps over extreme sports equipment and teammates that found themselves in his path. But Mumford was having problems. Maybe the wrappings on his fingers made it hard to hit the right button. Could the glue from his bandages be mucking up the moving parts? Something was wrong because the warning light kept blinking on. Mumford tried using the tentacle-like ends of his wrappings to hold the camera steady, but he couldn't keep the speedy Wulf in focus. Showing off for the camera, Wulf pivoted and did a 360 spin over the head of Steiner. The rather large boy with greenish skin glanced up at Wulf. He scratched his squarish head. Steiner looked back down at the freewheel of his BMX motocross bike, absent-mindedly touched the bolt in his neck, and went back to fiddling with the bike's sprocket. Wulf darted around Val, the young half-vampire who led the team. Val kept spinning on a skateboard to keep Wulf in view. Wulf did a backflip over the young witch Jinx, the team's only girl. Jinx was sitting cross-legged on her street luge, her nose buried in her spellbook. She was muttering incantations and making little dips and waves with her wand, completely ignoring Wulf's antics. Bela, her pet bat and the team mascot, was perched on the point of her hat. Bela ducked worriedly as the young werewolf flew overhead. As Mumford tried to track Wulf's movements, the camera's warning light came on again. Mumford banged the case in frustration. Who am I kidding? He thought miserably. I'm no sports photographer. Heck, he wasn't even sure the camera was turned on. Mumford thought that he should have read the instructions. Maybe Wulf was wrong when he told Mumford that reading instructions is for wimps. Mumford sighed. He was always scared he'd do the wrong thing and blow it. Sometimes being the youngest extreme monster stunk. What trick are you going to do for the benefit, Wulf? Val asked. I know that old roller coaster used to be your favorite ride. You were mad when they shut it down. Mumford focused the camera on Val. Val was spinning gracefully on his skateboard, easily following Wulf's dramatic circling, but he wasn't showing off to get attention. Val didn't have to. There was something about the young vampire that drew every eye. Star quality, Mumford thought. That's what the TV special on skateboarding said Val had. Mumford swung the camera back to the zooming Wulf. I hadn't decided what stunt to do, Wulf said, but it will be even more spectacular than that front-side tail-slide kickflip grind you demoed on that TV special. Something even more amazing, death-defying even. It was Mumford's theory that Wulf wanted to prove he had star quality too. That's why he wanted it to be filmed. Mumford guessed Wulf was a bit jealous of Val. Shutting down the roller coaster was bad enough, dudes, Wulf cried dramatically. Now the stupid park owners are talking about tearing it down. If we don't raise enough money to restore it, those jerks will bring in the wrecking ball. They're not jerks, said Jinx, looking up from her spellbook. And they're talking about tearing the roller coaster down before it falls down and kills someone. That's what's called a responsible attitude. Responsible? Ha! Wulf growled, skidding to a stop right in front of her. Trashing that ride would be criminal. It's practically a historic landmark. Mumford swiveled his camera from Wulf to Jinx, then back to Wulf. Now that Wulf was holding still, maybe he could get a decent shot. But as Mumford peered through the lens, the image blurred again. Stupid autofocus, Mumford muttered, slamming the camera with his bandaged fist. The thing was going to drive him crazy. Beyond the camera, Jinx's red eyes were flashing angrily at Wulf. The park owners are concerned about public safety. They're trying to do the right thing. The hair along Wulf's neck bristled. In a low voice he snarled, "You're out of your mind." Jinx leaped to her feet. Well, you wouldn't recognize responsibility if it bit you on the tail. Time out, guys, Val said, making a T with his hands. He flew up into the air. Val was tired of spinning on his board to follow Wulf's movements, and knew his flight would draw their attention. Being half vampire had its advantages. Hovering among the rafters, Val frowned down at Wulf and Jinx. Jinx, are you saying you don't want to be part of the benefit expedition to save the roller coaster? He asked. Of course not, Jinx huffed, staring at her teammates in exasperation. What I'm saying is that all of your monster powers come naturally, like Val having super hearing and being able to fly and turn into mist, or Steiner's strength and his ability to heal, or Wulf's strength and agility. Even Mumford can move his bandages like tentacles, but I have to learn witchcraft. I have to do that wimpy thing, she said, glaring at Wulf. Wulf frowned suspiciously. What wimpy thing? Jinx waved her book and wand under her nose. The thing I heard you tell Mumford was dumb. You know, reading the instructions, memorizing them, following them. I have to study spells and learn to use magic properly, or someone could get hurt. Acing my 7th level spelling bee is just as important to me as working up a trick to help save some crumbling. Wulf growled angrily. It will crumble unless we save it. Look, if nobody but me is interested in saving the roller coaster, maybe I should do the benefit alone. From his place among the rafters, Val signaled to Mumford to put down the camera. Val hoped that if no one was recording the argument, Wulf and Jinx would settle down. Mumford tossed the camera onto a workbench, hoping maybe it would break. He didn't care if he never picked it up again. Wulf, stop it, Val ordered. You're way out of line. Jinx isn't your enemy. And Jinx, Steiner looked up from fixing the sprocket of his BMX bike. We hear you, Jinx, he said calmly, but Crony Island wouldn't be the same without that old roller coaster. He wiggled his eyebrows comically, causing his stitched forehead to crinkle like cellophane. Jinx glanced over at Steiner. He looked big and hard, but his heart was warm and soft. He hated to see his teammates argue. Wiggling his eyebrows, he looked so silly Jinx couldn't help smiling. I guess, she began. I'm right, admit it, Wulf chortled triumphantly. So put your stupid book away, Jinx, and let's concentrate on what's important. This is team time. You can study later. With a lightning-fast move, Wulf snatched the spellbook and wand from Jinx's hands and skated off. Bale of the Bats flapped into the air. Trouble! He squeaked. Better hide. Give those back, Wulf. Didn't you listen to anything I said? Jinx yelled, starting after him. Sure I did, said Wulf, skating backwards and waving the open book over his head. You said learning spells is hard, but I think you're making a big deal out of nothing. I think anyone can do it. Peering into the open spellbook, Wulf began to read some phrases. Soon he switched to making them up whenever he thought of lines that rhymed. He was waving the wand like a conductor's baton, enjoying his fun at Jinx's expense. Ice cream, popcorn, lemon twist. Wulf spun the book out of Jinx's reach just in time. Dudette, I thought you were studying magic, not cooking. He jerked the book left, causing Jinx to fall on top of Mumford. Don't! Jinx yelled, dashing after him. I wasn't kidding, Wulf. One wrong word or dip of the wand could cause a disaster. Jinx sidestepped over one of Steiner's spare petals and looked up again. Wulf had said something else. Suddenly, a soft humming noise surrounded them. Oh no, thought Jinx. Please don't let this be happening. Jinx dove for the book but missed. She landed hard on the floor. Rubbing her sore neck, she saw that Wulf was still waving the wand. The noise got louder. Jinx called out to the hovering Val. This isn't a joke. We have to stop him. Val didn't know precisely why Jinx sounded so worried. He heard the sound, but didn't know what it meant. He did know Wulf's teasing had gone on long enough. Val moved toward the circling werewolf. Game's over, Wulf, he said sternly as he plucked the spell book from Wulf's hand. Now cut it out. But Wulf still had the wand. Waving it fancifully, he skated backwards, away from Jinx and Val. He was in a groove now, so gleefully determined to extend his fake spell joke that he didn't even notice when the garage began to shake. Steiner looked around. What's going on? Earthquake? Asked Mumford nervously. It's wild magic, Jinx cried. Wulf's spell just released it. Duck, everybody, now! Jinx, Steiner, and Mumford threw themselves on the floor. Val flattened himself against the ceiling. The flapping Bela buried himself in Val's hair. The humming became a strong rumble. Soon it echoed as loud as thunder. A beam of light leapt from the wand and ricocheted around the garage. Then, bang! It struck Wulf full in the forehead. Blinding energy filled the garage. Workbenches flew into the air and slammed against the walls. Knocked out by the blast of energy, the extreme monsters collapsed into unconsciousness.